I rank where the view is nothing less than phenomenal. For how I express and project from my abdominal. The only view better, both my daddy and my mama know. No living parents, my sons give me balance. My wife is my serenity, this mic is my identity. The world is foul enough, that's why I write without obscenities. Provoking danger with broken language and spoken anguish. Begging to get hurt, why would you ask to go through changes? Yes, Lord, life's a chessboard, master the angles. Control the tempo, be the one who holds the info. Acknowledge is just as deadly as machete swings. When spoken, the truth is as potent as that Medellin. While others swear the style is free, I just let it ring. Our time is undervalued, soldiers make us better kings. My fans on my shoulder, reaching after better things. Today I take the shot, for them I'd rather set the screen.
My mama told me follow my dreams. My daddy told me get it by any means. Stand tall, make him bow to a king. But I've evolved, you can see the resolve. Look in my eyes when you speaking to God.
Life and for those who we caught up in using what I was taught with the muse. I guess they call it proving I'm more than an artist. Penciling out my darkest while stenciling out a harvest. And storing what gets me from A to B, just like garages. Instrumental with collages. Envision what I've been drawing. Broadway to give you rhythm like the great Lena Horne. So bent on, found comfort in the storm. Find peace and on when you see them others perform. Organized chaos, outcasted like hey ya.
Yo, party people in the place to be. What's good? Is your man, Uncle Freezie. Welcome to the Knicks Morning Drive, kind of afternoon edition, kind of. Chuck Allen, it's all your fault. Rocking on vibes and stuff, man. Listen, it's good to see y'all. Good to be with y'all. Y'all rocking with the number one chief rocker. What's good? King Imbert, what's good? James Jen, what's good? It's good to be with y'all. What's up, everybody? What's good with you? What's good? Y'all see them shirts back there? Not this one here. That's mine. I created that one. But that right there, that's Subliminal 209. That one right there, that's Subliminal 209. Shout out to Subliminal 209. Will Salkin, what's good? Let's get it. Blue tears, orange tears, Blorange tears. Let's go. Let's go. Let's get it. Let's get it. Throw your hands in the air and wave them like you just don't care. And if you got some loot and a stick of juicy fruit, somebody say, oh yeah. What's good? What's good, party people? Brooklyn, we got something for y'all. We got something coming up for y'all. Y'all about a days away, Brooklyn. We got something for y'all, Brooklyn. Let's go. Wow, 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 wow. Okay. 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 Wow. Hey, salute, y'all. Salute. Crazy Eyes was good. Was good. A lot wise. Was good. White Falcon is in the building. Trade for Paul George. Was good. I ain't gonna lie to you. White Falcon in the trade. You know how you just don't get going until something just like motivates you? You know what I'm saying? You know how you get to the gym and you really like you get to the gym, you're like, oh man, I'm at the gym. What's good? I'm at the gym, man, you know. And then a song will come on that motivate, like for me, a song that get me crunk is Slam by Onyx. As soon as I hear the little bass, as soon as I hear that, I'm like, hell yeah, I'm here now. Or when you hear that joint Lose Yourself by Eminem, yeah, man, I'm throwing weight. You know what I'm saying? Or what's in the Bodies by Drowning Pool. For those that just like music, yo, Bodies by Drowning Pool, right? It's the song It's a song they played in this movie called Triple X with Vin Diesel. Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the yeah. Let's go. Sincere is in the building. Miss Geraldine, what's good? How you doing? D'Angelo is in the building. Mr. Vince is in the building. What's good? My older brother Jay Boogie's in the building. Happy birthday, Jay Boogie just turned 68 years old. Hey man, I love some Jay Boogie. I ain't gonna lie. I love some Jay Boogie, man. I love some Jay Boogie for real. And make sure when Jay Boogie put his stuff out, man, y'all cop that Jay Boogie stuff, right? Make sure y'all support Jay Boogie like he been supporting y'all. You know what I'm saying? So let me say this first, because I'm fresh off of work, a meeting, Vibes and Stuff Live, and now I'm here. So let me tell y'all this. So a lot of people think this is easy as it looks. Books and books of rhyme concepts and hooks. Session to session to get thoughts manifested, stressing and stressing to hit the world with a blessing, right? Now, for real, a lot of people think rocking and being the #1 chief rocker in Knicks universe, people think that's an easy job. Nah, it's not easy. It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. It's my pleasure, right? But it's not easy, though. But it's my pleasure. I love rocking with y'all every day. Every day I could be here, you know I'm going to be here, right? And not because I feel like, yo, Uncle Freezie had 150 people. Uncle Freezie had 200 people. Nah, it's because y'all come in and show me love. Man, I really, really appreciate that. Y'all motivate me to be here. Y'all motivate me to be here. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I'll be me thinking, like, I'll legit be like, oh man, it's raining outside. My dog done ran to another neighborhood. I gotta chase him. In my car, I'll be like, yo, you ever been in a Walmart or something, or a Kmart, or a Target or something, and you just like at a thing, you waiting in line, and then you get up there and a stupid machine ain't working. So you get up there and your card ain't working. Now people looking at you like, why you got all them groceries if you know you ain't got no money? Hey, I got money. This stupid thing ain't working. And then you got to go, then you got to leave the line, go to the ATM and get cash, get charged like $3.50, $4, and come back and then pay for all that stuff. And then the person at the line be like, oh, it's working now. Really? I just got charged $4.50 for nothing. Ugh. Will Salkins in the building. What's good? So what's my favorite Jay Boogie song? So what's my favorite song by Jay Boogie, right? Jay Boogie. Jay Boogie. Chat, it's not my birthday. Freezie on some. Yo, what Jay? Why? How come Jay Boogie can crack jokes on me and I can't? Okay. All right. Yo, the other day Jay Boogie talk about Uncle Freezie, the type dude that be wearing Jesus sandals, a size 16 Jesus sandals or something crazy. Yo. But yeah, what's my favorite Jay Boogie joint? I honestly believe I think podcasting might be my favorite joint, but the Christmas joint was fire. But I like the OB video the best. Now I like all of them. Right? I like all of them. But when it's like, what's your favorite? I think the podcasting joint is fire because it like strike me to my heart, like about something. You know what I'm saying? Something. But the OB joint, the video version, man, listen, the OB video was fire. Yeah, a lot of wise. You remember that Jay Boogie talking about I wear size 16 jellies. See, Jay Boogie, they've been clowning me forever for that. That ain't funny. You know what I'm saying? Yo, Danny Landis is in the building. What's good, man? We miss you, brother. Where you been? Yo, we was about to put out an APB for Danny Landis, bro. I thought you hit the number or something. I thought Danny Landis hit the number and moved to the Poconos or something. I was trying to figure this out. In my mind, I'm like, yo, what's the show without Danny Landis? But anyway, let me get to my tip off, because I got something to say, and I just want to rock with it for a few minutes, right? Let me see. So tip off starts with a T. So the thought of the New York Knicks having a young core fascinates me, right? The thought of the Knicks having a young core fascinates me, right? And not fascinates me in a sense like something intriguing. You know how something intriguing fascinates you, like something you've never seen before, kind of puts you like stirs your imagination, right? Like something you never seen before, like stirs your imagination. But that's not it for me, right? That's not it for me, right? The young core thing fascinates me in a sense of this may be the beginning of something special. Like this young core concept, this concept of a young core makes me think that this franchise that we root for is finally starting to turn the page, maybe finally starting to do something right. What do y'all think? What do y'all think? Are we starting to do something right? Is Obi Toppin going to be a really good player? Is Quentin Grimes going to be a really good player? Is RJ Barrett going to be a really good player? Right? I know that there's evidence out there that suggests that they will, right? But this is something that we're not used to. For one, us embracing the young player concept is new. And two, us having those guys, multiple guys, is new. Right? I forgot about IQ. I forget about IQ sometimes. I don't want to forget about him, but I do forget about him in a sense. Right? And in a sense, I kind of forget about him. But not that he's forgettable. Not that he's forgettable, but I do kind of forget about him in a sense, though. How do y'all feel about our young core going up against Brooklyn tomorrow? How do y'all feel about that? Right? How do y'all feel about that? What if the front office decides to trade for a young star and they trade some of our young pieces? Would you be disappointed? What if Obi, IQ, and Grimes have to go in a deal to get a star? Would y'all be frustrated by that? I'm at a point now that I think I would be. I think I would be. I don't know. And listen, I know I bounce back and forth about the star, no star thing. I know I bounce back and forth with the trade for Damian Lillard. No, don't trade for Damian Lillard. Trade for Donovan Mitchell. No, don't trade for Donovan Mitchell. And it's not because I'm trolling or I just want to have something to talk about. It's because from game to game, you see different things from these young pieces, right? You see things out there on the West Coast, Dame and you see Dame and Donovan Mitchell. Uh-oh, there's Mo because she want to be on camera. Hold on. You gonna be on camera? No. Okay. So she don't like being on camera. She's camera shy. Very camera shy. Like, don't even want to take pictures with a camera telephone. So Ms. Geraldine says, I wouldn't be disappointed because no stars are coming here. Right, in free agency, right? So you're saying no stars are coming here in free agency, so why not just trade for a star? And then that way that can circumvent the frustration of getting your hopes up for a star in free agency only to be let down that nobody's coming. Right? I feel you. I feel you. I feel you. White Falcon says or asks, is Zion a star? Yes. Zion is everything. Zion is everything. And I ain't even gonna hold you. I love Obi now. And I think I always did love Obi. I was just frustrated with the lack of production. And I think that's the reason why I was so hard on him. Like somebody that was scorned. You know what I'm saying? Like I felt like the love for Obi was probably always there. Especially in the beginning. I loved Obi more than anybody and then grew frustrated with Obi, right? But if we can trade Obi for Zion, I'm just saying. I'm only human. But this young core and this thought of a young core, right? Because so here's the thing about here's the thing about me in the young core. Here's the thing about me in the young core. It's not about the players themselves. It's the idea of the Knicks embracing the thought that a young core will change the future. Bagger Jones, what's good? So Pudge Knight says, get old bust out of here. Wow. And it's just like, yo, Unc faces be killing me. I can't. It's the only one I got. Some people have two of them. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing the best I can, bro, with the one I got. I can't help it, man. I can't help it. Right? So here's the thing. It's the idea of a young core. Like the Knicks, right? Think about this. Think about how long you've been a Knicks fan, and I'm talking to you individually, right? Not the chat. Not talking to the chat, right? You individually. Think about how long you've been a Knicks fan and when the Knicks ever embraced the idea of a young core? I would say never. Never. Let me see here. Let me do this real quick.
Let's get it. Y'all be spitting with your flows, I'm just podcasting.
That's right.
On the air every day, I'm just podcasting. You don't know what that mean when I say I'm podcasting. I'm broadcasting these flows with the podcasting. Every day of my life, I'm just podcasting.
Right.
Share my dreams with you, me and I'm podcasting.
What?
You can see my vision through the podcasting. But don't forget J Boogie when I'm broadcasting. I'm podcasting, he's podcasting. I've been spitting this venom since Karate Flicks. When Mr. Sales was sharing nothing but the Knicks. I guess you know by now, I seen some tough years. Now I know the reason why Freezie got them Blorange tears.
Bim. My man.
Good late morning, my brother. I'm only here for a brief segment. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all your chat, everybody. Y'all gonna make me do a song for the chat called Thumbs Up. Because I give all of y'all the thumbs up, man. I appreciate the love and everything, the support that y'all provide, not only for me, but for everybody that be doing the podcasting and everything throughout across the board. You know what I'm saying? I speak for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Just to know that y'all, they always been there for me through my good times, my worst times, you know what I'm saying? My good days, my bad days. You've been there for me with my mom's situation, my pop's situation, and y'all was there for me for my birthday. But it's not my birthday, man. My younger brother, he playing around. He can't find them jellies again, you know what I'm saying? So he started cracking them jokes and stuff, man. But I just want just knowing that y'all there for me and everything, and there for the podcast. That's great, man. That's why we all do what we do, and we go hard for y'all, you know what I'm saying? Real quick, shout out to the chat, you know what I'm saying? Blessings and blessings to everybody on this beautiful day. And shout out, I'm probably the only one, but shout out to my Kansas Jayhawks, you know what I'm saying? I am a true Jayhawk, you know what I'm saying, fan. Matter of fact, you know what I'm saying? I showed this symbol, you know what I'm saying, just to give y'all reflection. That they stay on my keys, you know what I'm saying? So just to shout that out. But my wife is a Tar Heel, so I got to, you know what I'm saying, mend our house together. We get ready to go out and go do something together, man. You know what I'm saying? Because that is my wife. I don't care if I win in my house, I lose. That's how I go. You know what I'm saying? When you got the queen of the house. But I just wanted to rock with you for a second, let you know, man. God blesses everybody. Appreciate you, little brother.
Hey, when are we gonna get some more stuff? We need to hear some more music.
I got something that's probably gonna come out right after the season. I'm debating if I'm gonna do I probably won't do a video for it, but I'm in process of wrapping up my mom's joint. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get that out for Mother's Day for anybody that ever lost their moms, or for anybody that still has their moms. What the song is about is loving and appreciating giving your parents their flowers while they're here and stuff and everything. So that's probably the next joint that I'm gonna come out with, you know, as far as Mother's Day. But the album, you know what I'm saying, I'm about 70% done with the street album. What it is, it's gonna be 10 street songs, and it's gonna be 3 brand new bonuses for the New York Knicks leading up to next season. So it's gonna be a 13-track album, you know what I'm saying? I haven't given y'all album, I've given y'all pieces and pieces, because for real, I was just learning and playing around at the beginning of the season. I missed my release time, you know what I'm saying? But you do things to learn things, you know what I'm saying? You don't do things not to learn, you know what I'm saying? You do to know, you know what I'm saying? We do what we know. So music is on its way real quick. I got a couple of other people. I got some things I got going on. I got something going on, working on for Freezie. I got a couple of other people I'm doing some things for, you know what I'm saying? You know, personally, them things is coming, you know what I'm saying? But as far as my album, J Boogie joint, you know what I'm saying? Look for that somewhere around August, somewhere around that point in time right there, you know, because I got to get the details as far as what I want to do, the 3 bonuses, as far as the draft, any trades, as far as the summer league, all that. I got to get all that in detail first, you know what I'm saying? And then we're going to do it like that. So, you know what I'm saying? Like my man, favorite 3-letter word, BIM.
BIM. It's like that, and that's the way it is.
Yeah, might need to do a joint called BIM.
BIM. There it is. Nothing else. When you say BIM, you don't need to say nothing else.
BIM.
You know what I'm saying? Jay, but podcasting. BIM.
BIM.
I know what that means. Y'all know what that means.
Yeah.
But hey, one quick thing. I know you in a rush. You got to go.
Mm-hmm.
I'm proud of you as a person and a father. Right.
Appreciate
I don't know if
man.
I keep telling you that. People think I'm just like, I ain't got it. Listen, I ain't got to, you know what I'm saying, gas this dude. This my friend.
Right.
I ain't got, he already know, you know what I'm saying? But I keep wanting to say like the positive reinforcement for that, because when you hear the interactions, it make you so proud, man.
Mm-hmm.
You like, yo, I wish everybody could do it that way.
Mm-hmm.
For real. You know what I'm saying? I be wanting to tell you that, man, and I say that sincerely.
Right.
Like keep being a role model to others, because others need role models.
Yep.
Right. So I appreciate you for that, man.
Man, I appreciate you, man. I appreciate all of y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all my family, you know what I'm saying? And I keep that like that. Everybody in the chats, everybody throughout the podcasts, you know what I'm saying? Several podcasters and everything. You know what I'm saying? I love, appreciate you all, you know what I'm saying? And that's from the up of the heart. You stay on top of the heart. You know what I'm saying? I breathe you each and every day, man. So, you know what I'm saying? Blessings to everybody. Hope everybody have a wonderful day and everything, man. Keep doing what you're doing. Just know that you're your own roadblock. Go and reach your dreams. Be successful in anything and challenge yourself each and every day. When you look in the mirror, don't just brush your teeth. Don't just wash your face. Just tell yourself, yo, you're a beautiful person that deserve to be here. Blessings and blessings. Salute, salute, salute. 3 capital S's, y'all.
Bim. It's my man Jay Boogie. It's my man Jay Boogie right there. You know what I'm saying? Jay Boogie, the closer, Hall of Famer in the Knicks content creation universe. You know what I'm saying? Up there with, you know, my man. So, Knicks young core is crazy. The whole thing, the whole idea of the Knicks having a young core, just the idea of it. Because we saw other teams around the league for years mess around. Like the Nets put together Richard Jefferson, Kenyon Martin, Vince Carter, who else? Jason Kidd wasn't that young, but you get what I'm saying. Put together a group that's going to stay together for years and see what they can do. Right? The Orlando Magic did it. They had Nick Anderson, Dennis Scott, Shaquille O'Neal, Jeff Turner, what's the point going? Brooks Thompson, Anthony Goldwire, Penny Hardaway. Dang, I said, did I say Anthony Goldwire before I mentioned Penny Hardaway? Oh my God. I'm such a basketball nerd. I think about the big picture stuff instead of giving people their flowers. Penny Hardaway name should have been mentioned first or second on that Orlando team, right? No, and Portland did it. Portland had Clyde Drexler, Terry Porter, Jerome Kersey, Kevin Duckworth. Man, yeah, man. So then now thinking about the Knicks trying to put together a young core is like, are we finally getting it right? Are we finally getting it right? And I do understand that everybody in this young core, is not going to stay. And everybody, so I know everybody's not going to stay, and I know everybody's not going to be a star. Right? I do know that everybody's not going to be a star. And I know, and the guy that we think might be a star may just be a role player. And then the guy we think that's going to be a role player may turn out to be the star. You never know. You just need time. You just need time. So with that said, what do you do with your young vets? What do you do with a Nerlens Noel? What do you do with a Julius Randle? What do you do with an Evan Fournier? Right? What do you do with these guys? Because they're young enough to hang around, but too old to match the timeline of the young core. What do you do with a Nerlens Noel? right? What do you do with the Nerlens Noel? You basically have to keep him because if Mitch walks, what do you do at center? What do you do with Mitch? I mean, what do you do with Nerlens Noel if Mitch walks? Brooklyn Brewer says trade. But for what? What do you bring in? Right? So let me name the young guys really quick. At point guard, you have Emmanuel Quickley, Miles McBride. At the 2, you have RJ Barrett, Quentin Grimes. At the 3, you have Cam Reddish. At the 4, you have Obi Toppin. That's 6 players already. Right? And then you have Jericho Sims. That's 7 players. That's 7 young players. What do you do with 7 young players? Because if you trade Nerlens Noel, if you bring in a young player or 2, that means 8 or 9 young players that need minutes. Right? And then you have your draft pick. You have your draft picks. So that's 10 or 11 young players on one team. So you're looking at the possibility without trading Nerlens Noel, keeping Nerlens Noel, right? Keeping Nerlens Noel, you're looking at 9 or 10 young players, 20, 23, 24 and under. What do you do with all these young players? You're only going to play 10. Are we going to, White Falcon, are we going to keep Mitch, though? Can we re-sign Mitchell Robinson? Pudge Knight says Obi. Pudge Knight says Obi can go. Okay. What do you replace Obi with, though? So what do you, so my thing is I would like to keep the young core intact and groom them, have them grow together. Have them grow together like the Orlando Magic did. I think the Orlando Magic of Penny and Shaq and Penny's Orlando Magic is the blueprint. I think that's the blueprint. I think that Orlando team would have won NBA Finals if Shaq would have stayed in Orlando. Right? Even with Michael Jordan in the league. Yes, I said it. You heard me. Even with Michael Jordan in the league, I think that Orlando team would have won NBA Finals. How many? Who knows? I'm only speculating. If they had stayed together and stayed injury-free, I think the Shaq and Penny Orlando Magic would have won NBA Finals. I think that's the blueprint. Now, with that said, the Knicks don't have the number 1 pick in the draft. And they don't have a 6'7" once in a generation point guard. The other stuff they do have, right? Right? They have decent wing players, decent scoring wings. White Falcon says, Mitch is the hardest worker. Give him his bag. I don't know if he's the hardest worker. I don't have documentation, right? Because I don't watch the practices, bro. You know what I'm saying? In the game, he might put forth a lot of effort in the game that you see on camera, but that doesn't mean everybody else is not working. So while I do understand where you're coming from, I just can't just outright say that he's the hardest worker, because I think most guys in the NBA work hard, right? Most guys know the balance of practice, individual workout, weightlifting, diet, kind of like what Uncle Freezie doing right now. Uncle Freezie is eating. Hey, Miss Mocha, what is this I'm eating? This is vegan rigatoni something. It's something healthy. And dried mangoes. Wesley Robinson, okay. I'm checking in from Strong Island, the home of Rakim, EPMD, Public Enemy, Freddie Fox, wow, LONS, Granddaddy IU, Method Man, Craig Mac Prodigy, okay. Rock Marcy, okay. Rock Marcy, yeah, man. I put this dude named Legion of Knicks on Rock Marcy a few years ago. And when he hear that, he could be like, what? Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. But yeah, so the idea of a young core, the idea of a young core, man, I love it. I love it, man, because the young core thing means you're gonna keep cycling in young players to see who can become a star. At the same time, you have a base a core that continues to grow together and get better, right? Like the LA Clippers, for example. So the LA Clippers started their young core rebuild type thing with guys named Darius Miles and Quentin Richardson. And towards the end of it, they had dudes named Blake Griffin and DeAndre Jordan. And then they added a Chris Paul. Right? It took forever for the Clippers to get better, but they kept building. And they hit on Blake Griffin. Then they hit on DeAndre Jordan. Nobody remembers the Keon Doolings. Right? Nobody remember Keon Dooling. Nobody remember the Maurice Taylors. Right? But they kept building. And now they're at a place where they have sustained excellence. So it took them like 7 years to do it in a major market like Los Angeles. But now the Clippers can't go away. They can't go. You can't erase the Clippers. Listen, in a year with both of their stars being hurt, they're still relevant. Mike Boy says, because the vets have taken so far. Taking us far. And Pudge Knight says Keon Dooling was good. Yeah, I'm not knocking that, but what I'm saying is before that young kid era, they had names like Terry DeHare from Jersey City too. By the way, shout out to Terry DeHare. Shout out to Terry DeHare if he's watching. Terry DeHare, yeah, if he watching, yeah, I'm the dude from Garfield. Remember, I'm the dude from Garfield Ave. Andy N is in the building. What's good? Andy, what's up with this young core, man? Do you buy into the concept of a young core? Not the players themselves, but the idea that the Knicks can embrace having a young core going into the future. And so Mike Boy says the vets haven't done much. I get it. I get it. I get it. I get that part. But young players need vets around, right? Young players need vets around. You got to have vets. You got to have vets. And not to play 40 minutes a game at a position that's bottlenecked. Like if you have 3 young wing players, you don't need a vet on the wing playing 40 minutes. It's ridiculous. Why is Fournier playing so many minutes? Why is Burks playing so many minutes? So White Falcon says the Knicks don't need vets no more, but yes, they do. They do. Everybody, you have vets everywhere. You got to have the balance. And your workforce, man, you got to have the balance of personalities. You got to have the balance. Because y'all have worked in places where it's all young people, and it's like it's so immature that you just want to pull your hair out. That's why I don't have none. I worked in places where it's all 20, when it's all 22-something-year-olds. And you like, yo, when I come by, don't have your phone on your desk. You know it's a rule. You learned this in HR. We have sensitive information in here. We don't want phones out because we don't want to have customers with even the slightest idea that their personal information can be sent somewhere aside from us. Or that you can be on your phone talking while somebody else is talking about sensitive information. Right? You say this to 23-year-olds, right? 24-year-olds, 20-year-olds, well, not 20-year-olds, but 22-year-olds, 23-year-olds, 24-year-olds, some 30-year-olds. And as soon as you walk the aisle, the first thing you see is phones on people's desks and people on their phones. I'm not on my phone, but your phone display says mama. And you don't want to also have a workplace with all vets or all older crowd because they're cranky and they can be cranky and curmudgeons. Like, hey, y'all, we're changing the process. And they're like, oh, man, why we got to change the process, Uncle Freezie? Why are we changing such and such and such? We just changed it 2 years ago. Really? 2 years ago is we made a change and you complaining about that from 2 years ago? Yeah, man, every time I turn around, we changing something. Wow, it takes you 2 years to turn around? It takes you 2 years to turn around. So you got to have the mix of, but the balance of both. Even though we have a young core, right? And we're embracing the young core thing in the youth movement, you still got to have vets. Right? You got to have the mix of both. You want to have your young people, your middle age, and your older. Right? You want to have your RJ Barretts. You also want to have your Alec Burks. And then you want to have your Taj Gibson. So if we keep Burks and we keep Taj and everybody else goes, okay. Right? All right. Andy N says, you know why we 35 plus year olds basically didn't have phones on our desks back in the day? Because someone would snatch it. Nowadays, everyone has a phone. Yes. Yes. It's crazy. It's crazy, bro. And you know how you tell them, Andy, listen, you know how you tell them, like, you tell people, like, in the HR orientation, you like, hey, ladies, you can't wear a certain type shoe in here, right? In the office, you can't wear a certain type shoe. Don't ask me why and all this stuff. The rule is the rule. 2 weeks after orientation, ladies fall down. They're like, hey, I hurt myself. I'm sorry. Look at the kind of shoes you got on. But I was just coming in from. I got to go to such and such after this. Now you at work. So guys, so chat. That's the reason why I say you have to have a mix of the young people in the older crowd, right? Because some nights RJ Barrett and Quickly are not going to be able to recognize certain defenses, even with Tibbs screaming it from the sideline. And why does Tibbs stand up the whole game? What is that? Tibbs, sit down and relax. Tibbs, sit down and look at me. Tibbs, look at this. Look. Tibbs, look, I can undo a tie, Tibbs. I can unbutton my collar, Tom Thibodeau. Hey, Tibbs, guess what? You can too. You can relax. Tom Thibodeau, you can relax also. You don't have to stand up the entire game screaming out directions. Tom Thibodeau, one of your biggest problems is you screaming out plays and the other team can hear you also. A lot of wise is like Tibbs is the sixth man. Yeah, as much as he's near the scorer's table, as much as he's out at the point at the far end of the coach's box, you think that he's about to rip off his warm-ups and run out there like with the cable guy uniform on, with a headband. And says, best vets are skilled with mental qualities that realize they're past their prime. And I agree. And all they want to do is contribute what they have left upstairs to this team. That's what they'd like to do. That's what they'd like to do. They just want to contribute. They just want to hang around the league for the love of the game. And speaking for the love of the game, make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. Hardwell, some nerd named Hector, and some chef that can cook named Worldwide L. Make sure y'all check them out. Subscribe to the channel. So the young core thing, I think if we look at it for what it is, the Knicks embracing it, I think we're in a really good place. If the Knicks hit on this draft pick. And so I'm going to ask y'all, I'm going to be straight up with you. What do you guys feel like we need in the draft? Don't tell me a player. Don't name a player. Tell me what position we need to address in the draft. What player do we need to what type player do we need to address in the draft? So I agree with a lot of y'all. I think the Knicks need to address point guard, but this is not a point guard draft. It's not. This right here, y'all, is not a point guard draft. There are point guards here, but you don't want to draft these guys between 8 and 12 or wherever we're picking. So I noticed y'all said BPA. I don't know though, because if BPA means small forward, you already have RJ, Cam, and Quentin Grimes. If it means shooting guard, you already have Quickly, Grimes, Fournier, Burks, So I hear a lot of you are down on Ty Washington. I don't know if I totally agree. I think the kid is playing through. I think that the injury that he suffered was a lingering one. So you didn't get to see the full extent of what he can do. White Falcon says the roster is filled. I don't think that roster is going to be filled come draft night. If I'm Nerlens Noel and maybe Julius Randle, I make sure I have my Louis Vuitton luggage open, because I think the likelihood of them getting traded is high. And Kemba. I think Kemba, Randle, Nerlens, Mitch, Burks, Fournier, they could all be on the move. Do I want them to be on the move? No. Is it likely they're on the move? Yes. Especially Kemba. Especially Kemba. I don't think Kemba will be back. Anybody in the chat thinks Kemba will be back? IQJ is in the building. IQJ says, trade the pick if the guy you want is not available. Like who? Like who? IQJ, you coming in the joint? You ain't got to. I kind of like. I say this selfishly, but not disrespectfully, right? I like being here by myself. I can stretch out, and if y'all want to jump in, sure, right? Sure, whatever. But I'll just say this: I'm not lonely up here by myself. You know what I'm saying? So Long Island Sound says this franchise is running a bad joke. Horrible at best. Who cares? At best, never win a ring. At best, right? Well, what I would say to that is, you got to at least try. You got to try, right? Like you got to at least put forth the effort to, you know what I'm saying? To you got to put forth the effort to try to go in a winning direction. I see y'all. Not with Tibbs. I feel you. I don't know how long Tibbs is going to be here. Y'all know I like Tibbs. I think Tibbs has been dealt a bad hand, but at the same time, he has made some mistakes this season, and I think he can acknowledge that. Not right now, because the season is still going on, but I think he will acknowledge after the season that he could have done some stuff better. Whatever this thing is, Mocha made this, man. Whatever this is she made, this is dope. E. Gibson says it's insane the amount of picks we have for the next 6 years. I agree. White Falcon says, who's the Knicks assistant coach? Hey, great question. As a matter of fact, it's one of the topics that I want to talk about today. You know how you don't want to bombard the chat with all your stuff up front. You got to save some, kind of spread it out. Here's the thing. Don't be surprised to see the Knicks sign a high-profile assistant to coach with Tibbs next season. Right? Don't be surprised. Don't be surprised to see one of the coaches that gets fired this offseason. Don't be surprised to see them with the Knicks. For instance, don't be surprised to see a Scott Brooks as an assistant coach for the Knicks. In other words, y'all saying, well, Scott Brooks he coaches for such and such, or what blah blah blah. Yeah, I understand. Don't be surprised to see Scott Brooks come home. Yeah, I remember Scott Brooks used to play for the Knicks. Don't be surprised. Don't be surprised to see the Knicks hire 2 high-profile coaches to sit on the bench with Tibbs next season. You heard it here first. Don't be surprised. Don't be surprised to see some of the recent. Listen, I know Van Gundy is not coming back, right? But don't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised to see him be an assistant. Not Jeff. I'm talking about Stan, not Jeff. Jeff Van Gundy ain't leaving his cushy job to be somebody's assistant. I'm talking about Stan. Don't be surprised to see Detroit fire their coach and Dwayne Casey, and he winds up being an assistant with the Knicks. And if he does, if Dwayne Casey gets his hands on RJ Barrett, all-star year 1. Don't be surprised. Because Mike Woodson at the time was a high-profile name, and the Knicks signed him to go with Tom Thibodeau. So Wayne Peterson says, what's the assistant coach chess move? I won't lie to you. New York Knicks fans have a lot of power. I know this. I am one. And while I don't wield Thor's hammer, right? But all of us together wield Thor's hammer. Right? Right? All of us together. Like me, Miss Geraldine, Mike Boy, Crazy Eyes, Rayology, all of us together. All of us together, we wield Thor's hammer. Right? And so what happens is when we speak, Dolan listens. James Dolan listens. Because it'll be as simple as us saying, hey, stop going to the games. And Dolan be like, oh, no. If Knicks fans stop going to games, I can't charge them $13 to have a beer delivered to their seat. Y'all ever went to... Listen, man. For those of y'all that don't go to games, let me tell y'all something. It's a racket. Right? It's a racket. It's damn near obscene what they do to you. Hold on. Yo, what's good, brother?
Yo,
how you doing, man?
On? How you doing, buddy?
Good, man. I was about to put an APB out for you, man. I thought you. I listen, man. I thought you hit the number and moved to the Poconos.
Nah, I wish. Nice dream.
Well, you got to be in it to win it, man.
That's it. And so
Yeah,
far,
man.
not winning anything.
So far, you're paying for something, right?
Of
I'm
course.
paying for this lottery. Yeah.
Of course.
So, what do you think
What's
about
good
this
with
young
you,
car?
Freezie?
Man, I'm good. I'm good. I'm still eating healthy. Mocha made me some dish. It's got
You lost weight, man. Your face got thin.
yeah.
Your face
yeah,
is thinner now.
Yeah, I'm trying. Man. I went vegan. And I'm down like 33 pounds since January.
Wow, yo.
Yeah, but part of that too is that there was some COVID in there too. You know what I'm saying? So
Remember that? Yeah.
So, so I don't want to say it's all whatever, but you know how it is.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Cucumber slices, popcorn with cayenne pepper and red pepper flakes, red chili flakes. Yeah, man. Yeah,
That's
man.
it.
So what do you think about the Knicks signing high profile assistant coaches to go with Tibbs to kind of balance out Tibbs' craziness?
Who are they going to sign? Who are they talking about?
Oh, I don't know per se. I don't have a specific name. I don't have a specific name, but there will be plenty of coaches available after this season. Trust. We have to wait until the coaching carousel stops.
What about the head coach? Still going to be the same coach?
Yep.
They should bring back Don Chaney. Or Mr. Lenny Wilkins.
Yeah. Or Herb Williams.
There you go. The young guys look good, man. I haven't been watching too much, to be honest, but like I see like things on YouTube about it, and the young guys look good, man. Obi's getting better. I see Quickly had a triple-double. Was it yesterday, the day before?
Yeah, Sunday, yeah.
But he still wants to play a lot of the vets too, right?
Tibbs is crazy. Tom Thibodeau. See, Danny and I have on shirt and tie, right? Tibbs, loosen your collar, relax. Alec Burks is not making the Hall of Fame, bro. You know what I'm saying? Play the kids, Tibbs. Sunday night, the season to be over. Why are you still playing Burks so many minutes?
That's crazy.
Yo, is D'Angelo trolling me? D'Angelo's like, cucumber withdrawal may happen, not to me. Yeah. Yeah, man. So everybody, the whole thing about this coaching staff and the future, I do believe the Knicks are going to sign a couple of high-profile coaching assistant coaches, right? But I'm asking you to help me with the candidates. Like, who would the Knicks sign? Right? If you're the Knicks, who would you go after? What about Terry Stotts, the guy from Portland that got fired and they replaced with Chauncey Billups? Is he on somebody's bench? What about the guy from Philly, the trust the process guy, the guy that helped develop Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons? Is he on somebody's roster? He's from Long Island. Yeah. Well, what's the guy's name? I forget the guy's name. Chat, help me remember the guy's name. The guy from Philly, they fired him. Dewey and Chris, that's funny. They don't know each other, bro. These two dudes, they don't know each other. Dewey is from Jersey City, and Chris is from South Carolina. They don't know it. At least I don't think they know each other. Brett Brown, that's his name. Would you guys be excited about Brett Brown being an assistant coach with Tom Thibodeau? The trusted process guy. The guy that helped develop Ben Simmons, Nerlens Noel, Joel Embiid, Robert Covington, Dario Saric, all those guys. TJ McConnell, all those guys. Miss Yardine says, if Dolan listens to us fans, then he will come in clean house like he did with the Rangers. You think so? What, Miss Geraldine, why would that be a good move? I'm just asking, just in general. Why? Because clean house means everybody. Now, and I said that in the past, and then I thought about it, and I'm like, I don't know. Because I like Allen Houston, right? I like dudes like Allen Houston. Allen Houston is a part of that house. And if you get rid of everybody, that means cats like Allen Houston will have to go. Cats like Aaron Brooks. Aaron Brooks, an assistant coach that gets no publicity, he'll have to go. And I don't know if I'm ready to get rid of Johnny Bryant's, Allen Houston's, Aaron Brooks. I don't know if I'm ready for that. Yeah, what's good, boss? What's good with you? Marco Polo.
Hey guys.
Salute, boss. How you doing?
All right.
Okay.
Watching the show, listening to what you were saying. You know.
Are you excited about the possibility of a potentially big name assistant coaches coming in to help Tips?
I would love it. Yeah. He definitely needs help on that sidelines but somebody who he's going to listen to or not just shut out. I mean, you need an offensive-minded coach there, big time. He set some definitely newer offensive schemes because he can't do it. So he definitely needs it there. I like the Van Gundy thing. Stan. That's not a bad idea.
Right.
He's looking for a job, so he definitely can't do commentating. So
definitely can't. What can Stan Van Gundy do, really?
I know.
Like, what has he been good at? I'm thinking, like,
yeah, no, he's like the bad half of his bro. So.
Yeah.
But he definitely. You need some. Yeah, you definitely need some help over there. That means Johnny Bryant's probably gonna have a job somewhere else as head coach somewhere else.
Yeah, I think Johnny Bryant might be gone, bro.
Yeah, I definitely think so.
Because if a job opens up, say for instance, a job opens up like Detroit.
Right.
Why would Johnny Bryant turn down the Detroit job knowing he's got all that young talent and they're going to be patient with him? And the Pistons organization is a sleeping giant.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because when the Pistons are good, they're primetime television. Right. Unlike Memphis. When Memphis is good, it's like whatever. If I see Memphis, if I see him, I see him. If I don't, I don't.
Right.
But when the Pistons are good, you're waking up an entire community. You know what I'm saying? They've wanted to win for so long, bro. I'm eating dried mangoes.
Good? Is that good? Yeah.
I
never had that. Dried mangoes. I imagine Johnny Bryant goes to Detroit, and Robinson goes there too. I could see him. And I see Johnny Bryant's got a good communication with the young. You see when he talks to the guys, they respond to him, they relate to him. He's good. So I don't know him as a head coach. I don't know. Like to make that move, if they were going to do anything and they were going to get rid of Tibbs, you make that move right after the All-Star break, and then you put him in that role as head coach, give him a shot, do what you did with Miller a year ago, or 2 years ago, whatever it's been. But yeah, I don't know. Definitely needs assistant coaches on that. Definitely. Right. I'm nervous about that. Listen, you're bringing up a lot about the young core today, and I'm happy. But then all of a sudden, the problem with me, what I think about with that, is then I'm giving credit to the front office. Because,
but is that a problem with you though? I don't see that as a problem with you though.
Yeah.
Or are you saying that you don't want to give them credit?
I don't. I'm being honest. I don't. But I do like the young core guys we got. I do. I've been saying it all. I do. I like them. They got talent. They're not an elite. There's nobody elite there, like we point out. There's nobody that. Quickly is going to be. Quickly's getting better. You see the way he is, and everybody's now talking. He's our future point guard. I keep hearing on other shows now that he looks like he's stepping up there. But listen, I don't want to give the front office too much credit. Yeah, you give them some credit, but I don't want to give them too much credit because they do not talk to us. They've been so silent with us, and the fans want to hear from them, and the bottom really would have had to fall out if we just – I think Dolan would have stepped in if we would just lost out the rest of the way. I think Dolan would have stepped in. I definitely think he would have stepped in.
Fired everybody, right.
Because he's still the face of the organization, owner-wise, and – he's got an ego problem too. When anybody wears a T-shirt, he's kicking him out. So, but we're gonna have to see. Tibbs has probably got half a season to correct this thing next season. If we show up and we're losing again, I think he's definitely gone. You can't. He's going to be a scapegoat. But that front office is a problem, and I do not want to give them credit on a lot of things, and I just feel awkward saying it, giving them credit on anything.
Right. No,
the Cam Reddish thing was a nice deal. That was a nice move, but again, he came here and Tibbs just left him on the bench because Tibbs probably says, "Well, where do you want me to stick him? Where am I putting? I got Fournier, I got Burks, I got Randall to please. I can't, I'm not going to put him out there, right? Because I got to keep the other egos in check, or you got to give Randall his Baba. So." Whatever.
Right. Well, yeah, basically. So the Johnny Bryant thing I think is intriguing because I can see Johnny Bryant going to Utah if Quinn Snyder is fired.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I can see Johnny Bryant being the next head coach of the Sacramento Kings. Right. I can see Johnny Bryant being the next head coach of the Detroit Pistons.
Right.
And so if one of those three things happens, that means you'll have 3 empty spots on your bench. Right? And do you populate those 3 empty spots from Mike Woodson, Johnny Bryant, and Kenny Payne? Do you populate those with the young up and comers that Tibbs also has to teach? So now he's got to teach coaches and players, or do you bring in the brain trust?
Right.
You feel me? Like D'Angelo, you're in business, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You're in business, right? So you know how sometimes when say a certain department struggles, say when the sales department struggles, right? You can either you can get your headhunters to find guys that are killing it at other jobs that do similar things, or you can bring in the brain trust. You know what I'm saying? Like the old sales managers and people like that may and bring them in to get ideas.
Right.
And so, I'm sorry. Go ahead, man.
No. Go ahead. No. Finish your point. No.
So what I'm getting at is, if you're struggling, do you continue to bring in new blood and hope to hit a home run, or do you bring in the brain trust to get this thing right away?
Absolutely. Yeah, that's what you do. You circle around, you itemize everything. Listen, I manage a handful of guys, and especially when I'm open to how I manage is I listen to what they got to say too.
Right.
I don't just lay down the law like that, because proper communication is always key. And if you have that communication, you're willing to work, but I'm still top man, but you got to weigh up the pros and the cons. So I think you follow me there, and that's I agree. You got to power storm and brainstorm,
right?
And that's key. And getting this. See, another thing, switch it. I don't know what the front office wants. Do they just want that name coach? Because Tibbs is a name coach.
Yes.
Or do they want to go in that direction to say, "Wow, we don't want to Johnny Bryant. Who is it? He's an assistant right now. He's not a name guy. Yeah, he's an up and comer, maybe. Right. Maybe not for this team. Maybe somewhere else, like you said, Detroit or somewhere else. But I don't. And that's the thing. Like you've had in the past, you had Mills go out there and talk to us back in the day. Steve Mills, even though he was a little dopey, I felt, but whatever. But somebody was always talking to the fans, and we don't know. It's always a guessing game. And that's the frustration level that we all feel at times. We're like, we don't know what direction we're going. We thought we said, oh, they're getting, a person with length, which was Cam Reddish. And then we don't know after that. Like, what are we doing after that? Then we're signing the Valentines and all that other.
Oh, trade for Denzel Valentine. Oh, my God.
And then when we go
Solomon Hill.
Yeah.
And Solomon Hill, who we cut. Right? You talking about you saving money, but you trade for Solomon Hill. Yeah. Right? And people Knicks fans forget that we traded for Solomon Hill. Y'all, listen. We got Solomon Hill in the Cam Reddish deal and cut him. And cut him.
Yes. So what are we doing, not to use the words of, Sergeant, but what are we doing? What direction are we going,
Somebody tell me what direction. I'll wait. That's G-Man.
G-Man, yeah, absolutely. I miss G-Man.
And ironically, G-Man is on a business trip, and I can't say where and all that stuff, because that's G-Man business.
Yeah,
but I'll say it's in the area of the country of the dude that just won the national championship.
Oh, there you go. Upset.
Yeah. But yeah, man. So the thing I'm getting at is so we trade for Solomon, we get Solomon Hill and cut him, but at the same time the organization traded back in the draft to save money. What are we doing? You trade back in the draft to save money, and then you trade for a guy and cut him and waste money.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm always leery of just saying, giving this front office much credit, and be excited about the young core of guys that are playing and that we have on this team. I'm very weary. I just think, hey, listen, the last season was fun. This season was a horrible bust. And now we got to see. Now, next season is very key. That this is going to be very interesting. What could happen next season? Are we going to go up, or are we going to just stay losing games the way we are? Right. They're going to stay silent with us. They're going to bring it all back. Kemba's going to be our point guard. Playing home games because his legs hurt and he can't go on the road. I mean, what are we doing here?
What are we doing? So, hey, what it reminds me of? It reminds me of our homeboy, right? Our homeboy, the one that always swears he has the best dance moves, right? Am I lying, D'Angelo? For real, man? Am I lying? Everybody got that homeboy, right? The homeboy that's part of the crew. He might be your cousin. Shit, he might be your brother. It might be you. What I'm saying?
Yeah.
It might be you.
It's a clone of you.
Yeah, the one that when we go out, he's like, "Bro, I've been working on my dance moves." Right? And you go out and everybody have like the first, like when we go out, I'm like, "Hey, the first round on me." Like whatever, you know what I'm saying? The first round on me. Let's loosen up. That's me, man. When we go somewhere, I'm like, "Hey, first round on me. Just get whatever you want," because I don't want anybody in there all stiff. Like, man, I didn't turn that report in at work on time. or I don't want to hear none of that at the bar, bro. I don't. I swear. you know what I'm saying? I want to get lathered up first. Let's get loose a little bit before we say Jeter's a bum. Let's get lathered up first. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so your homeboy with the dance moves is like he get out there on the dance floor, and regardless what the tempo of the song is, he's doing the same dance.
He's on the same speed.
Yeah, regardless of they could be playing, man. They could be playing Sweet Caroline or Jump Around by House of Pain, and he's still doing the same dance.
That's right.
And this is what the Knicks front office is doing to me. That's why I'm scratching my head because I can't. What do we do? Are we dancing to Sweet Caroline, or are we dancing to Jump Around? I mean, they're not the same tempo. But our friend, let's call him Leo. Let's call him because everybody has a friend named Leo, I guess.
Right.
Leo is gonna dance at the same tempo, regardless of what the song is. And you're like, and Leo was having the time of his life because Uncle Freezie bought the first round,
right?
D'Angelo bought the second round, and then we find out it's somebody's birthday, so we have to take shots.
Yeah.
And now Leo's like, man, I don't give a damn. I'm dancing. I'm doing my dance to whatever they play. Right? You know what I'm saying? And so that's what the Knicks front office seems like they're doing to me. I don't want to call them. I know they're smart. I do. I know that you don't put people in those spots that are not smart, right?
Right.
But in terms of relevancy, like it's in terms of poignancy, like knowing when to make what move or something. I think they struggle with that.
Right. Yeah. Well, you got to get real with it. We poke jabs at them all the time, but come on now. Let's get down to brass tacks here. Come on now.
Right. No doubt. Because I'll be honest with you, D'Angelo, I think we could have legit saved this season and won 45 to 50 games if when the Knicks recognized that Kemba Walker cannot play every game and that Derrick Rose was going to miss significant time.
Right.
If they just went out and signed a veteran point guard or two.
That's all they had to do. Right. It's as simple as that. You're not going to sign an elite one, but you could get somebody who's right in between.
Right.
Average to just hold it afloat through.
Right.
Because you know the injuries with Derrick Rose. We knew that was going to happen. It's every year that Derrick Rose. Every year. So
we could have traded for Rondo.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
Rondo, and while Rondo at this point of his career is a stopgap, but so what?
Right.
That's what we need. We need a point guard that's gonna be in place while Derrick Rose is out, and to hold it down until Miles McBride finds his way.
Right.
Or quickly finds his way.
Yeah.
Right. And then when you have that guy, it's like, golly, I forgot the character's name in Top Gun already. It's Maverick and
I forget his name too. Yeah, I know you're talking
about. God dog it.
Val Kilmer's guy, right? That was the Val Kilmer one, right? I can't think of his name.
And you know what? It's funny how when you get to a certain age, you know so much and then remember so little. You know what I'm saying? You know so much and remember so little. You have to start writing stuff down.
And I just had that yesterday. He said, I told you that. And then I'm like, no, you never said that. And I'm fighting back and forth. I said, no, you never said that. No, you did. They're going to have to start recording me because I don't know what I heard or said. Anyway. and you kind of blame it on age. But at the same time, it's basically we try to remember too much stuff. Like we don't know what's important and what's not. We try to take on everything. That's me. Oh, that's me.
Just in case. You know. But
anyway.
Iceman, that's him. Iceman, that's right.
Iceman, yeah.
That's right. That's
Chat
right.
comes through.
Yeah. and so what I'm getting at though is with this thing with the front office. If you wanted Tibbs to be the point guard of the future, and you want Miles McBride to be in the mix, you have to have them learn from a guy that can succeed at what these young guys want to do. Right. So by having Alec Burks run point and have quickly learned from that, you saw Quickly struggle.
Yes.
And you know why Quickly struggled? Because the guy he was learning from was struggling.
Yeah. And you know, you give Burks a little credit because he's just doing what the coach wants him to do.
Right.
So we all know that. That's just common sense.
Right.
So Burks is good in his specific role. So he's trying, he's giving his all out there. And I've been hard on Burks myself. But yeah, absolutely. Just like, you know, right now down the wire, you know, you sit Burks, put him in some spot, just let the kids play. Let them ride him out. Just the rest of these 3-4 games left, whatever it is, and just let him ride out and just let him get some burn out there. And then we go into next season and figure, you know, off season, we figure this thing out, because this could be, you know, I mean, if it's going to be everything's a learning curve. And like what you're saying, yeah, he's struggling, Burks, and then how is the young guy's going to learn?
Right. How will you? And I'm not knocking Alec Burks, y'all. That's not what I'm doing. All I'm doing is pointing out the obvious. Alec Burks struggled at point guard. He knew it. Because he came out and said, "Hey,
I'm sorry, I got to answer that. I'll be right back. Sorry."
Okay. So Alec Burks was struggling, and he knew that. Alec Burks knows he's not a point guard in the NBA right now. But the guy that Quickly was learning from is a guy that was struggling. Heartbreak Nova, what's good? What's good with you? Miss Jardine says, Tibbs just wants a bunch of old vets that can play a little defense and 1 or 2 guys that can shoot for his ISO offense to work, and that's outdated. I agree. I agree. That ISO offense is outdated. Right? So Plus 9 says Burks is gone. One of our biggest trade assets. Yeah, I think so. Hey, listen, I would do this. I would trade Alec Burks to the Golden State Warriors for James Wiseman. And what y'all will say is, why would Golden State give up James Wiseman for Alec Burks? James Wiseman is not looking like he was worth the number 2 pick. Why would the Knicks trade for that guy, right? Because he's young. And maybe he didn't fit Golden State. Golden State is right at this moment, or maybe ever. Golden State has not ever been known, in my opinion. Maybe they are, but they have not been known to develop centers, right? I would say give it a shot. What do you have to lose by giving up Alec Burks? Yeah, Sherwin M. No, man, he's been playing. He's been in the G League looking average. Wiseman played in the G League, putting up almost 16 points and almost 8 rebounds in the G League. The number 2 pick in the draft. 16 and 8 in the G League. I don't think he's playing right now. But his stint in the G League, 16 and 8. For the number 2 pick in the draft. That's no bueno. That's no bueno, bro. That's no bueno. It's not good at all. And JJ says, hey, JJ, what's good? And so JJ says, we could just draft a center at 12 if we lose Mitch. I like the center from Duke. The center from Memphis is skilled. I don't know if he'll be there when we pick. If so, okay. I could see us taking him. But at the same time, I would love the banger from Duke. I think his name is Mark Williams. I think that's his name. White Falcon says, why would we lose Mitch? Because Mitch is an unrestricted free agent and we didn't pay him. Yeah. We didn't. We had 4 years to pay Mitch and we didn't offer him anything fair. And now Mitch is like that song from Main Source, looking at the front door. Anybody remember that song from Main Source? We fight every night, and that's not kosher. I reminisce with bliss before we was closer. and it leads to a lame argument again. You act like a 10, so immature. Anyway, I know the song, man. Don't ask me why I can remember song lyrics like that. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. Man, yo, I just noticed what time it was. I got to wrap up. I got a couple of things to do. Hey, y'all, thank y'all everybody for coming out. I'm sorry about being late. I'll try not to be late tomorrow, but I'm gonna get out of here so I can wrap up a couple of things before I do a couple of things. Thank you, everybody. I'll holler at y'all later. Peace.